Hi everyone, Melina here, and this video is going to be probably a hell long and a very big mess, but screw it. This is my April book haul. There is over 40 books in here, and that's not even including ebooks and manga and comics, which manga and comics specifically I'm going to make a different video for, but yeah, aside from that, let's get into it. I have them separated by price. I have ARCs, which are obviously free, then other free books, books that cost me $1 or less, which there's only one that was 50 cents, and then ones that are bargain all the way up until full price ones. So, first here is an ARC. I have The Shark Club by Ann Kidd Taylor. I'm not really sure what this is about, more than just, it says that the same year that this girl has her first kiss, she gets attacked by a shark. And then it fast forwards like many years into time, and yeah, we're following her life. This comes out June? I'm not good with months right now. Yeah, I think June. We're in April, May, June. Yeah, June 6th of 2017 this year, so yes, we have that one. Then we have Girl in Snow by Danya Kukafaka? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce this last name. This is being released on August 22nd of this year, and I'm not sure what this is about specifically, more than just it's about a girl who ends up dead, and you're following people like her best friend and her ex-boyfriend and stuff, and all of these people had motives and reasons of why they might have wanted to kill her, and you're following all of them, and kind of as you're going through the different perspectives, you're trying to figure out who did it. So yeah, there's that one. And then the rest of these ARCs I got today. I have Stockholm Delete by Jens Lapidus. I don't know. It's about a man, his uncle and his nephew or something, like three male family members that go together and they try to solve this murder. It is already out. It went on sale April 18th of this year, and yeah. Basically, I hear anything about murderers or serial killers or people dying, and I pick it up. Then here I have Songs About a Girl by Chris Russell. This came out. This is coming out May of 2017, and it is about a girl who used to go to high school with this boy, and now he is one of the most famous like boy bands or something, and she's a photographer, and he asks her if she wants to take pictures of his band and stuff. So there's that. Then I have this, which I've actually seen floating around BookTube a lot. It is already out. It came out this month. It's called Given to the Sea by Mindy McGinnis. I honestly, even though a lot of people have been talking about it, I don't really know what it is about. At first, it didn't really catch my interest, but then an ARC for free. So now I'm pretty sure I'm going to read it like sometime next month or the month after, but sometime this year. And I'm pretty hyped about it just because other people have been talking about it, and I haven't really heard anything negative yet. So yeah. And then I have Find Me by J.S. Monroe. This came out March 21st of this year, and it is about this guy who his girlfriend committed suicide, and he never felt like she was actually dead, and then he finds these letters of hers and stuff that kind of hint at maybe she isn't, or something like that. I'm not 100% clear, but it sounded good. I like things that tackle dark topics like suicide and stuff like that, and yeah. Yeah, that one. And then this one is technically an ARC, but it came out a long time ago. It was an ARC from November 1st of 2016, but this has been on my wish list. It's Pull Me Under by Kelly Luce. And first of all, the cover is gorgeous. I've heard, I believe, Chapter Stacks. I really like her videos. She was talking about this one, and all I know is it is about a girl who, when she was 12, she stabbed her school bully to death. I don't know if it follows what happens after, or it tells you why, or anything like that, but it's basically what it's about, and I'm hyped. So those were the ARCs. Now, other free books. Basically all of these books were books that I have found in the free bin at Second and Charles. Second and Charles is a thrift bookstore that sells old and new books and many other things like CDs, records, DVDs, video games, figures, all that stuff. And they have, at least the one that's near me, has 5 bins. It used to be 4, but now it's 5 bins where they fill it with random free books. And sometimes there's gems, sometimes there's stuff I've never heard of, but that's it's free and it sounds kind of interesting, so I kind of get into it, and that's where stuff gets scary because there's really big stacks here. But anyway, let's get started. Here, this one doesn't have a dust jacket because it was in the freebie, but it is The Other Woman by Eric Jerome Dickey. I picked this up because I have read a few books and a comic series by Eric Jerome Dickey, and I absolutely love his work. I love his writing, and it was a free hardcover book, sure, without the dust jacket, which bothers me, but of him, so yes. Then I have 16 Shades of Crazy by Rachel Trezouzi. Don't know. It takes place in Wales, I believe. I think. Like in an English country. And it is about these 3 or 4 women who, live in this town, and all of a sudden recreational drugs are outlawed, and it's all of them trying to find how to get drugs, and it sounded cool and weird and interesting, and so yeah, I picked it up. This is one of those ones that honestly I'm not 100% sure if in the future I'll end up liking because I didn't know about it beforehand, but it seems interesting. Then here I have Talk by T.C. Boyle. I don't obviously know what this is about, really, except the blurb was talking about this guy and this girl falling in love, and how when he seen her, he was just like so entranced by her, and you're basically following a couple, and the woman is deaf, which I love, unrepresented like disabilities like that, and earlier this year I read Maybe Someday and I was in love with it, and anyways, and then it says that it cuts to the future, and she's in, like, handcuffs and shackled, and she's on, like, trial for murder or assault or something, and I don't know. I'll see if I like it. If not, it goes back in the free bin, and that's it. Here I have, God, these titles. Knocked Out by My Nunga Nungas and Startled by His Furry Shorts by Louise Renison. These are 2 books. I believe this is the 3rd one, and this is the 7th one of the Georgia Nicholson series. I'm trying to slowly collect them so that I can binge read them. I read the first one, Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, when I was in middle school because I was really obsessed with the movie. Me and my friend Sam would watch it all the time. I honestly don't know. I could end up not liking these after so many years have passed, but they were free. And I recently got it at Goodwill, the 2nd one, so yes, got these, and good times. Here I have The Wizard of Seattle by Kate Hooper, and this old Walmart sticker doesn't come off, but it is basically about this male wizard, and I believe this woman coming into powers, and you jump in between time periods, like early Renaissance and then modern day, and I don't really know much beyond that, but it seemed cool. I read the first few pages and it seemed good enough to keep, so got that. Then I have these 2, which is The Ghost of Blackwood Hall and The Mystery of the Tolling Bell by Carolyn Keene. These are Nancy Drew books, books 23 and 25. I've never read a Nancy Drew book in my life. I decided that I was going to read the graphic novel series to get into it, and I really didn't like it, but I feel like maybe with the original content I will get more into it. I've just seen so many people who are in love with her, and I love Empower Women series, and I love mysteries, and yeah, so I am hopefully going to, like, fall in love with Nancy Drew within this year or next year, so sometime soon. Then I have Dead as a Doornail and Altogether Dead by Charlene Harris. These are 2 random, I honestly can't tell you which ones they are of the Sookie Saka series. I'm trying to collect all of them. I think there are 13 books and I'm missing 2. I have 11 of them. Half of them are in storage. About 3 of them are with me, and I'm just gonna try to collect them all. I've read the first one like 4 years ago, and I loved it because I'm obsessed with True Blood, and I decided to give the book series a go because I didn't know it was a book series until after I was like binge watch a lot of it. So I have these, one step closer to getting all of them, and then I am really excited to just marathon the whole series. Then I have this, which honestly, I don't know why I got it, but then I went on Goodreads and it had really high reviews. It's called The Dot and the Line, a romance in lower mathematics by Norton Juster. It is like a picture book. It has like these really cute illustrations and stuff, and it's a love story told in math equations. Sounds really weird, I'm not big on math, but I feel like it would take me like, an hour to read, and then if I loved it, because there were so many raving reviews and I've never heard of this before, then I keep it. If not, it goes back in the free bin. And a lot of these I've never heard of. A good chunk of them I have, so, well, yeah. This one I haven't heard of either before I found it. It's called Every Secret Thing by Laura Lippman. This is about, it follows 2 girls who are in the 5th grade, so they're pretty young, and they find a stroller with a baby on it on the street, and as far as I know, they murder the baby, and then you follow them after they've gotten out of the juvenile delinquent center, like, many years later, and their life, and why they did it, what happened exactly. Sounds good to me. Anything with, like, murder, or, like, killing, I don't know, I'm into it. Speaking of, I have The Girl Who Was Supposed to Die by April Henry. This is very short, and it seems so good. It's about a girl who wakes up in like a random, like on the floor, like in a random building that she's never been in before, and these 2 men are arguing about whether or not they should kill her. She doesn't know what's going on or anything, and you just kind of get thrown into it from there. It kind of reminded me, for some reason, a little bit of the premise of Nobody, that I believe is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I loved. I read it a couple years ago. It's in storage, but yes, I'm excited for this one. Then I have I Heart You, You Haunt Me by Lindsay Schroeder. I read this like 2 or 3 years ago. I buddy read it with my mom, and then there was 2 copies in the free bin, so my mom picked up one, and I picked up the other, and it's told in verse, and it's about a girl who, her boyfriend dies, and later she starts getting visited by his ghost. And yeah, it's really good. Well, like, not like the best ever. I believe I gave it like 3.5, 4 stars on Goodreads when I read it. Then I have Dead is the New Black, and Dead is a State of Mind by Marlene Perez. I know that this is about the undead. I don't know if they're zombies or vampires, invading a high school and people adjusting to that, and I'm obsessed with the Generation Dead series by Daniel Waters, so I'm hoping that this will be kind of in the same tone. I don't know, they're the first 2 books in whatever the series is called, and I'm excited to get into them. I've always wanted to get into them, and then I saw them in the free bin, and I'm like, cool, don't have to pay money for it. Then this, I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep, but it is huge. It's hardcover. It's, I honestly don't really like the dust jacket, but why not keep it on if it came with it? It's the Mad Bathroom Companion, and it's like, I like Mad, because, you know, the comics, specifically Spy vs. Spy, so it's funny that I opened to a page of it. I have a little tiny digest that looks like a chapter book of Mad, and I read it a few times, and I loved it. And I have weird sentimental attachments to that, but I was like, let me try out this. If I like it, cool. If not, you know, it goes back. Again. Then here I have Shame in the Blood by Tetsuo Murdia? I don't know, and it was translated by Andrew Driver. I honestly, this is about a couple that gets together and they believe that they're cursed because everyone close to them dies. And the premise is interesting, but honestly, the main reason I picked this up was because I've always wanted to read a, I'm not sure if this was Japanese or Chinese or Korean, but something that was in an Asian language originally and translated I wanted to read. So, yeah. And then these 4 I'm really hyped about because I've heard of all of them and they were all ones that I really wanted or was really interested in, and I found them all yesterday in the Freebin. I have here Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. This is a World War II book. I'm trying to collect as many as I can find, and I read this in school. I honestly don't remember a lot of what happens in it, so I plan to reread it, but it's so cute, and now I own it, so yes. Then here I have The Perfect Score novelization. I like novelizations. I don't know why I have a really big thing with them. The Perfect Score was a really good movie when I watched it. It's not one of my all-time favorites, but I wanted this for some reason, and then I remembered after looking at it that a long time ago when I was on Goodreads and I was under all of David Levithan's books, that this came up because it's by him, and I was like, I indirectly obtained a new David Levithan book, so that's pretty rad. And yes, now I have it, and I'm super pumped about it, and it even is one of those ones that has like the little pictures from the movie in it, so yeah, and then maybe I can reread it and rewatch the movie if I'm hyped about that, and it can become like a favorite or something. I have the movie tie-in edition of Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice, so you have Aaliyah slaying it on the cover. Never seen the movie, never read the book. I really want to get into Anne Rice. Recently, well not recently, a couple months ago in the Freebin I found an interview with a vampire by Anne Rice, and so I am just really excited to dive into her kinds of work, and this is so beautiful, I love it. The spine is obviously a little bit beat up, but it's in pretty good condition. And then this one, I was hyped about, and I didn't even think I would ever find this in the Freebin, and I've heard so many people talk about it. It's Stray by Rachel Vincent. It's the first in a series, an urban fantasy series about werewolves. I am obsessed with werewolves. I kind of prefer them over vampires, which back when the vampire craze was very big, was very taboo. I still love vampire things, and I'll still read them, but yes. And super hyped about this one. It's gorgeous. It's in pretty good condition again. And yep. So those. Oh, randomly, I wanted to also feature this. My sister picked this up at work for me. It is a poster for the Series of Unfortunate Events Netflix series. Admittedly, I still haven't watched it because I'm waiting for her. She wanted me to wait for her. That's why I still haven't seen 13 Reasons Why, and I'm very angry about both of those. But the Series of Unfortunate Events books are one of my all-time favorite series ever, and I marathoned the whole series last year, and so either way, I'm in love with that poster. So yeah, we got that, and then here I'm gonna move on to books that were $1. So yes, here this one was not $1. It was like what, 30 cents. It is The Man with the Twisted Lip by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I have a TV show tie-in edition of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and I loved it. My favorite story in it, though, was this one. So I seen this at 2nd and Charles, and it was for 50 cents, but I also got a discount on it. So I got it for like 30, and it's just so adorable, and it was my favorite story, so I'm really excited to have like a little separate copy of it. Then here, this is $1. I got it from Goodwill. This is Different Seasons by Stephen King. This is in pristine condition, like not a single like dent or scratch in the spine. It's beautifully perfect. And I'm trying to collect and read every Stephen King book I can possibly, and this is one of his short story compilations, which I read The Bazaar of Bad Dreams last year and I loved it, so really excited about this. Yeah. Then I have A Feast for Crows by George R. R. Martin. This is the 4th book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. This month, recently, I just finished A Clash of Kings, so obviously I need to continue, and I know this is the 4th book, and I just read the 2nd one, but it was for $1 at Goodwill, so I needed to pick it up, and that way now I just have to fill in the gap, and then I'll have the 4th one ready for when I need to read it. Then this one has been on my wish list for many months. I found it at Goodwill. It's Halfway to the Grave by Jeanne Frost? I don't know. And this is about a vampire hunter. I read the preview to it and I fell in love with the main character and the writing style, and it kind of reminds me of an adult female vampire version of Anna Dressed in Blood. A lot of people gave it negative reviews on Goodreads because they said it seems like a Buffy ripoff, and I'm in love with Buffy, and for some reason that just made me more excited about it. I don't know, because it'll feel like I'm hoping it'll give me all the feelings that you get when you watch Buffy. And the back was kind of destroyed, which I taped it together so that it wouldn't keep fraying, but $1, and it's been on my list forever, so I was like, yeah, that's not gonna stop me. Then from Dollar Tree, I got Marina by Carlos Ruiz Zafran. I've heard of his book, The Shadow of the Wind, and everyone's in love with that and obsessed with it, and I was like, maybe it's just because his writing is beautiful, so I found this, and it's by him. It was for $1, so it's brand new, and it's about this boy who vanishes from a boarding school for like a couple months or something, and when he comes back, he doesn't tell anybody what happened or why he was gone. He just is there, and then everyone's like, dude, what? And he just like kind of ignores it. I think it's about vampires, I don't know, but I'm hyped for this one. Then I have, holy shit, this video's getting long, but screw it, I'm not done. Then I have London from My Windows by Mary Carter. This is about a woman with agoraphobia, and she's never left her house, and then she has a relative, like a far-off relative, who passes away and leaves her a house in London, and the thing is, the only way she can claim it is if she goes there herself, so it's kind of her motivation to get out of the house and go on adventures and stuff. That was from Dollar Tree. Then How Zoe Made Her Dreams Mostly Come True by Sarah Strohmeyer. It is kind of a retelling of Cinderella, but about a girl who works in a theme park that's kind of like Disney, and she has like people who play like the stepmother and the stepsisters who treat her like crap, and then she falls in love and stuff, and it seemed really cute, and it was $1, so yeah. And then here I got from Goodwill Dry by Augustin Burroughs. In January of this year I read Running with Scissors, and I was in love with it, so I wanted to continue on to his next memoir, which is this one, and then I found it, and I was really hyped. Then these are from Second and Charles, so they are more than $1, but these two specifically weren't that much more than $1. This is The Devil's Arithmetic by Jane Yolen. I read this in school. This is about World War II. Oh, a girl who's Jewish, and she's not really into like celebrating all the Jewish holidays and doesn't really see what the big deal is about, and then one day she goes outside and she's in the past and she has to live her days in a concentration camp and stuff. It's kind of like for her to appreciate what people back in that time went through and stuff, and it is incredible. So I'm really happy to finally own it. My mom gave me that one. Then this one is Shimmer by Alison Noel. This is the second book in the Riley Bloom series, the spin-off series from the Immortal series, and I already read this. I read it from the library. I really wanted to own it, and it was like $1 and change. Then here is one that I recently got for $4, hardcover, brand new. Everything by Nicola Yoon. I feel like I said her name weird. Nicola Yoon. Everybody knows what this one's about. A girl who's allergic to everything. Cute boy moves in next door. Things take off from there. Movie's coming out soon. I tried to avoid watching the trailer until I read it, but then it was in front of a YouTube video, and before I could skip it, and I watched it, and I'm so hyped to read it so that I can go see it. And my sister got it as well, so hopefully we can both read it. And yeah. Then at Target for clearance, it used to be $26, and I paid $8. It's In the Country We Love by Diane Guerrero. For those of you who don't know, she's Maritza from Orange is the New Black, and this is a nonfiction kind of memoirish book about how her parents who were immigrants got deported from this country, and when she was like just a teenager, and how she had to live with that. And I've really been wanting to read more Latina and Latino authors, and I love memoirs, and I love her, and immigration is such a relevant topic nowadays, so I really wanted it, and it was very cheap compared to how it originally is, so yeah. Then my mom got me from Second and Charles, I Am Princess X by Cherry Priest. This is about two best friends who read a comic book together about this girl named Princess X, and one of the girls goes missing for a long time, and then randomly she starts seeing these like ads like on posts and like just kind of like flyers everywhere in her town of Princess X, and the only other person who knew about that comic was the girl who went missing, so she thinks that maybe she's still alive and stuff like that. That was on my wish list for a long time, so I was really excited when she got it for me. This next I have also from Second and Charles. All of these were like $5 or less. Tell Me Again How a Crush Should Feel by Sarah Farizan. I don't know much about this except that it's a girl-girl romance, which I'm here for. And yes, I'm really hyped to read this. This author is one that I've been wanting to get into for a while, so yes. Also from Second and Charles, it was like $3 or $4. I got Two Boys Kissing by David Levithan, again, an LGBT novel that I've been dying to read. This is about, well, a part of it is about these two boys who want to set the world record for the longest kiss, and it is told in the perspective, from the perspective of the gay men's choir that was lost to AIDS or something, I believe. So yes, I'm really happy about that. Then I found and got really excited over A Fire and Stars by Audrey Pulvers. Again, an LGBT novel about a girl who has magic where you're not supposed to have magic, and she's betrothed to a prince, and instead she falls in love with his sister, the princess. And yeah, I'm hyped for that one. I've heard very mixed reviews about it, but I'm still just lit. Plus, I believe Emma Books liked it, and I trust her opinion more than a lot of the people who didn't like it. Then I got The Dead House by Dawn Kurtagic. I don't know. I've heard Cece from Problems of a Book Nerd talk about this, and it's in like file format, and it's a horror novel, a horror YA, and I'm a sucker for those, so I'm excited. I don't really know much about it, but it's there. And then I have My Mom Got Me from Second and Charles, Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I've been wanting to read this for forever. Again, everyone knows this is a sci-fi told in file format, and yes, it's so pretty, and I'm so excited, and I'm probably going to read it soon. One that I'm going to mention real quick, but that I'm probably going to expand more on in my comic haul for the month that I'm going to film after this, is this baby. It cost so much money, well, not so much, but like $16. It was originally like, what, $50, so it's not that bad, but this is the Attack on Titan Colossal Edition 2. I only have the first volume, so I'm missing like 5 in between, because this contains volumes 6 through 10, but it is gorgeous, and it's like just the regular manga, but like blown up into this big edition, and I'm so in love with it. I'll talk more about it in the other video if you want to hear more. But I picked it up from Second and Charles. And then the only 2 books that are full price here are these. I have Kill the Boy Band by Goldie Moldavsky. I got this from Barnes & Noble. It was a gift from my mom, and it reminds me so much of Taking 5. If you guys haven't seen that movie, look it up. It was the shit. It starred the Click 5, and it was these chicks who were obsessed with this boy band, and they end up kidnapping them to force them to perform at like their school thing or something. And this is very similar. It's these chicks who are obsessed with the boy band, and they end up kidnapping some of the members, and I think it turns wrong and they end up murdering them. I don't know, but the title, so I've been excited for this. And last but certainly not least was a gift from my mom from Target, and it's so gorgeous. It is the story of Moana, and I don't know who it's by. It's like one of those Disney owned things that doesn't really tell you the author on like the cover or anything, but it's so gorgeous. It comes with temporary tattoos. I have become legit unhealthily obsessed with Moana recently, and it's just so pretty. And so yes, I think like 1 or 2 of these books were gifts from my sister. Majority of them were gifts from my mom, and a good chunk of them I bought myself, and 25 or 30 of them were for free. I believe overall I spent about $40 something. Well, that was how much was spent overall on all of these books. I'm going to do an ebook thing separately because I was going to do it in this, but this is already almost 30 minutes, so screw that. And yes, hope you liked this. If you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel, and you know, expect more of these because I get a lot of books because they're usually free, and I have a problem. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye.